Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, to never miss a video from us.
Hi everyone, today we have with us Mr. Arpan Hazra, working as an AML compliance analyst at Amazon, a writer by passion, an engineer by education, and an analyst by profession. He completed his BTech from Nerula Institute of Technology and worked his way up from working as a risk investigator to AML compliance analyst at Amazon. We welcome you to the expert interview series, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. Hello, everyone. So when I joined this organization, right, I have been part of the KYC since the beginning, and throughout my working within KYC space, I got to know more about AML and what are the regulatory aspects that are important for a financial organization, and then I started learning about it from the very basics of it, what AML is and stuff like that. And then when I felt a little comfortable with that particular topic and there was an opportunity, I was like, okay, this is my time to try. And that's how I ended up being an AML analyst. See, first of all, when someone comes into the field of AML, it's something that people would have experience in multiple different verticals. So that the first thing, it helps out people. But other than that, if I have to quote specific skills, I would say you need to have research skill, or what I say, a deep dive skill the most, because that opens up all the windows that you have closed. Then you should have the openness for learning and unlearning too. I mean, you know something that may not be valid in the future, so you need to unlearn, and then again there are something new which you should learn. So you should both have learning and unlearning in you. Then definitely you have the analytical ability, because you have a lot of data related to transactions or anything else, and you need to be able to analyze that in order to come to a conclusion. So that's one thing. Fourth, I'll say you need to have a critical thinking ability, because that's what I put a more pressure on about critical ability when I train someone or when I meet someone, that hey, you need to be able to think critically on a scenario. And lastly, I would say definitely you need to have some technical skills, because there would be a lot of tools around you, whichever organization you work in. So you need to be able to just use those tools perfectly to get to your decision. So yeah. That's a very good question, and interesting too, because I have been training folks for quite a time now, which involves for new joiners, or maybe someone who has been into this field. But what I felt the most is that people try to focus more on the steps that are involved into any investigation, analysis, or anything. But what they essentially do not get is that these steps may vary within organizations. So let's say we're working in company A, who follows certain steps in order to do the AML or abide by the AML regulations. Then you switch to some company B, and they have a separate set of tools, or maybe separate set of steps. So for me, what I'll suggest, maybe that you should focus more on the concept of AML. Whenever you get into an organization, you will learn the steps as you keep on working. But if you have the concepts clear, that helps you the most within the organization or outside to grow. So that's where I'll put my pressure on. Technically, there are, I would say, you cannot name all the tools and technologies because it's a huge, vast topic. But for me, what I'll put a bet on is the insights AML news is what you get around the world, because you open your turn on your TV, or maybe you just open up your newspaper, and you get to see a lot of money laundering or other predicate crimes are happening. So what I do, or what I tell my folks, or maybe my trainees and others to do, is that you should watch out for this kind of news. Try to understand or try to analyze that particular news and put it into the AML concept. So let's say someone's doing ABC, and you should be able to put that into the context of AML. Like, okay, this step is basically the first layer of AML, then this is the second layer, this is the integration, and so on. So that's one thing. Other than that, what gonna help you guys, if you are a new entrant to this, is if you try to get some certifications. I know there is something called ACAMS. If you do not know, or if you know, ACAMS is the benchmark of the certification that you may gonna get into this field. But apart from that, because ACAMS, to get to ACAMS, you need a lot of expertise. You need to have a lot of experiences and stuff like that. But so until you're gonna reach to that level, you can definitely try out the short courses which are available on, let's say, vSkills, Udemy, and these platforms, right? And these are going to help you to understand the process, basics of it, and then you move and get your ACAMS done on a later date. So yes. Okay, so it almost aligns with the last question, certain to some side of it, but what I'll put my bet or put my pressure more on that, you should first start to know about AML. I mean, if you are from a different group of people, or maybe you have a different job role and you want to just start your career or move to the AML path, first thing is you try to understand what AML is, because it's my experience. I have seen people, interviewed people, or have taken training for them, and I realized that they probably do not know the basics of it while they work within other departments or even within AML. So if you are interested in it, if you want to start a career, start with the basics of AML. Try to understand what AML is, because it's fairly a new topic. You don't get to learn it in your colleges or schools or anywhere, right? So you do that, and subsequently you try to understand a little bit about the organizations like FinCEN, FIU, and so on. And then when you have that, when you're comfortable with the AML knowledge, then you can definitely apply to any organization and see if you can get through, and that's how you can start. That's something interesting. Well, I would say keep your eyes open, and the world has many surprises for you, right? Because I never thought I'd land up here in AML, but as I worked, as I grown my interest within AML, I got to work in here, and it's lovely experience working in AML. So yeah, I think there are many surprises. You just need to keep your eyes open.
Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us.